The next area you want to check for, as we addressed in that website's basic section, is any broken links. Broken links are bad for navigation, they're bad for the user experience, and they can also make it a lot harder for Google to crawl your website. Usually you're probably not going to have too many of them unless your site is older or unless you haven't really kept care of how you've done your linking, but it's still really good to check. And what we can do is brokenlinkcheck.com. So we'll grab Amy's URL, and basically what they've come back and they've found is that they've processed 6 pages. So again, we're always hovering, as we've evaluated, between 6, 9, 10, in that range, and they found 0 broken links. So that's good news. Let's go ahead and run Caitlin's through and see if we can find a broken link on her site. If you have a larger site, this could take some time. You might want to walk away and get a cup of coffee. So in Caitlin's case, she does have a broken link here. And you can actually select the page right there that the broken link is on. And then you can see that the response is 404, and that means broken link. And so all you have to do now is scan through and try to find exactly where that outbound link is. Usually a hyperlink is going to be colored in a certain way. And it looks like we've probably found it. There it is. And so it's just bringing up her 404 page, which in a perfect world you'd want to work on. You'd want to say, hey, that can't be found. Would you like to search for what you're looking for? In this case, her theme is set it up in terms of, hey, if somebody can't find the page they're looking for, let's bring them to a search bar on our website. The most important thing is to go in to this exact blog post and just fix that URL. If the URL you're meant to guide it to is still live and there was just a typo in it, which happens sometimes, just quickly change that. Or you might have a fact where that page is no longer live and you need to fix that URL to point to a different one or remove the URL entirely. The final thing to do when you're doing a general site audit is to generally just go through your site, which might sound obvious and might sound like a waste of time. You might say, I live on my site, I'm always on my site. You'd be surprised by how much you see just by going through your website. And you want to scan through and look at how your site looks, feels, how it loads, the navigation, and make sure that everything is the way you want it to be. But more importantly, you also want to check things like, how does it look on mobile? How does it look on desktop? How does it look on large monitors? How does it look on smaller monitors? Go to your navigation, see how long it takes to load, see if it looks the way that you wanted it to look. Make sure there isn't any weird overlap in terms of buttons or in terms of font. In this case, for example, these images are taking a while to load. Things like that are what you really want to be looking for to make sure that maybe none of your plugins, none of your apps are stopped working. That's a really good way to do a quick site audit that won't overwhelm you and will give you enough data to make some really important and vital tweaks.